Such a great cause. Then give yourself a pat on the back. You've done great this year. Author and spiritual coach Vincent Genna is going to explain how important it is to think positive and give yourself credit for all your accomplishments you've already achieved this year.
Thanks so much for staying with us here on My Carolina. We have our friend, author and spiritual teacher, advisor Vincent Genna back in studio. This time we're talking about something I'm so excited to talk about, assessing our power year progress. Vincent, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, well, you know, it's always great being here, especially when you change the design and everything. It's gorgeous.
You're
I love it.
complimenting the set. Like you said, it's like you're psychic or something.
Yeah, I know. Really? Would you believe that?
You know, I think when we say power year, a lot of people have a lot of different maybe thoughts about what that is. How would you define power year?
I define a power year that every year people want more in their lives, right? A power year is assessing what it is that you want and going for it and making sure that you do everything you can in your best ability to be able to manifest that and achieve all of that. So it's a power year when you can get that because it feels so great.
So we're about almost halfway through 2023. Is this a good time to assess where we are in the year?
Always better than waiting to the end. I mean, we do that all the time. And then what do we come up with? At the end of the year, we look back and we turn around and we say, oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't get that. And then we set our New Year's resolutions in order to get it. Well, you know, I've talked about that. I hate New Year resolutions because they're a setup for failure. So instead of waiting until the end, during the year, and this is a great time to be able to look at what your desires were. What did you start out wanting this year? And it doesn't have to be everything that you want in your entire life. You want to do small clumps to get it going, right? And so you look at the most important things. You can make notes, you know, but don't just depend on those notes, because there is actually a psychological phenomenon, a brain phenomenon that happens when you write things down. Your brain, when you think of something, it's called the ironic phenomenon. It wants to hold on to it because it believes it's important. If the information just came in, it believes that this information is important, so it'll hold on to it. The way you release it is by pulling it into the right brain now, the creative side, when you write it down.
So we want to write down our goals and what we need.
No. You want to try to remember them and maybe bullet points, not write them all down, so that your brain can hold on to the thought. It's the idea of the pink elephant thing. Don't think of a pink elephant. Now I'm telling you, but
I'm thinking about a pink elephant.
You're going to be thinking about a pink elephant until I leave, until you write it down, because we ruminate. That's what the brain does. All right, so everybody is writing down their goals. What do you do with that goals in that piece of paper? It goes put aside. But because we're spiritual beings, focused intention is how you get your energy to work towards that law of attraction. It always has to be a focus, because when it's aside, you're not focusing on it. You're getting caught up in everything else. But if you turn around and you look at it and you hold on to some of the notes, you know what? I didn't go looking for a new job this year. All right, I've got to start paying attention to that. You know what? My finances weren't as great as I expected them to be this year. I'm going to focus more on manifesting that. So now you're taking all of your diverted energy because of all the things you want to do, and you're pulling it together. And as you focus, your power becomes greater, and you become a laser beam.
We want this, and we want to focus our intentions.
Absolutely.
And you're going to help us how
Yes.
How to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, you're going to help us out. I'm laying here right into it. But we're going to take a break. But for everybody watching, where can we find more information on you and how you can help us?
Well, just go to vincentgenna.com. That's how you get to find me and connect with me and talk with me.
Super easy. Well, we get to keep connecting with you, so stay right there. All of you stay right there. We'll be right back with more Vincent. Thanks for staying with us. Before the break, we were talking with our friend, author and spiritual advisor, Vincent Genna. He has been here, and we're continuing our conversation about assessing our power year progress. Vincent, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your knowledge.
I love it, and you know that, and so I appreciate being here.
Well, you had a big tease right before we went to break.
Right.
Because you said we all have the ability to manifest something to happen as quickly as overnight.
Absolutely. Amber, this isn't about being a special person or having a special talent. It's that we're all special because of how we were created to start with and the energy that we have and the force and the energy we're connected to. And that's what we always have to remember, that law of attraction. There's stuff out there. And even if you don't want to believe in that, psychologically focusing yourself and going in that direction, they tell you 1,000,001 different tricks on how to do that, but you have to be able to focus your intention.
Energy is just so important. And I think, sometimes we're halfway through the year. We may get in that slump. Like, ooh, I had all these big goals. I know you don't like resolutions, but it hasn't happened yet. And I'm just going to slide in and wait and kind of, the back half of the year always goes by.
Of course it
does.
So
fast.
Right.
Quick, fast. I was making all the words happen at once.
No, you did, but you did it fast. And it's because of all of the holidays that come up and we get so busy and we're thinking about this and we've got Halloween. And even if you don't, party and do any of that, there's still the world around you that is.
So
that
this is a great time, right?
It is a great time to just sit down and look at what you have wanted throughout this year. And of course, what's really important, that point that I want to bring up, is how high are the stakes of what you want? Little things we manifest, we talked about that.
All the time. It seems like you can say something and then it happens the next day. Carly and I laugh about it.
Yes, and people turn around and say, oh, I must be psychic because I knew that was going to happen. Or look at what I made happen the next day, right? Just like that. But as long as it's small stuff, right? But as soon as the stakes get higher, like it's something you really want, then there's something more you need to really do. You have to ramp up your belief system. You have to start digging deep down. Like I say in my book, it's all about belief. Belief is what gives us the power. Believing in yourself, believing you're worthy, believing you're deserving, you're good enough, all of that. Well, come this time right now, before the end of the year, you've got to go into turbocharge. And see, the way you wind up doing that is start coming out of the mundane world and getting so distracted and start doing some things that put you back on track.
All right. What are those things?
All right. For example,
tell us, Vincent, I am listening.
Reread my book or a book like it.
Okay.
Pick up the book and pick up something that's going to get your mindset back on manifesting. This is what I got to remind myself, that this is what I wanted all year. This is what I really wanted to do. So now I've got to get myself on track.
It's so easy to get distracted.
That. You do get distracted. Do meditation. Listen to some inspirational music. Stuff that makes you start feeling good about yourself. Because right about this time, you're looking at the year going, oh my gosh, I got so much left to do. And the year is almost over. I can't believe how much time went by already, that we're at the end of the month. There's another month coming. And you're worrying about the things that you still have to do, that you didn't do, that you want to do, whatever's coming up. You have plans, you're going on vacation.
So we need to sit down and center ourselves.
Got to center yourself and get off of that negative track, because that's how you stop from creating what you really want. So you've got to do those small things. Like I said, take some time to meditate. That word meditation, people go freaking out over. It's not. It's about centering yourself. It's about stopping that racing left brain thinking and taking a moment. Again, the word focus I'm going to use a lot.
And then when we take that focus, we understand what we want. We need to believe that we deserve that.
Without a doubt. You got it, man.
Well,
See, I've been coming here long enough.
I wish I had it totally down, because tomorrow I'd be like, hey, Vincent, guess what?
I know. And people do that all the time, because when you get the fire in your gut, it's easy to believe, and then the fire diminishes a bit. You just have to keep putting on the logs. And the way you put on the logs is each day, like I said, take a step in that direction. Take a step to center yourself. Even go to a spiritual center or a center with like-minded people.
Yoga.
That are keeping you doing. Yoga is fabulous. People are finding themselves being able to accomplish so many things in their lives, in their days, in their year, because of doing something like yoga, as well as meditating and reading and watching a movie. There's so many inspirational movies out there. So I'm not saying that there are absolute, you got to follow these 7 steps. That's it. There are so many steps to be able to take to start realigning your vibration. That's what it's
what
all
it
about.
is. Getting in the right mindset.
Getting in the right mindset.
I wish we had so much more time, Vincent. I always do. But lucky for us, you come back.
Oh, absolutely.
Lucky for all of us, we can get a hold of you. What's the best way to do that?
And the way you do that is go to vincentgenna.com. You can connect with all my social media there, my podcast, connect with me. I write people. I do respond back when they write me.
You really do.
Oh, I absolutely do. And it's me, not somebody else.
You have me amped up. I'm ready for this reset.
Here we go. We got that power.
Do we sit in our energy and vibrate good things, right?
That's all.
All the good things.
There we go. Getting that vibration up. We're going to accomplish. We got all the time in the world.
You rock. Thank you, Vincent. Stay with us. We'll be right back.